Well, here we are. We're back with Allie. We did some interviews with you before. We talked a little bit about jazz, and we talked about pop music, and we also talked about princesses. But today, we want to talk about Star Trek, because I hear that you're kind of really into Star Trek these days. Do you like Star Trek? You do. Well, let me ask you a few questions about Star Trek, okay? First of all, these guys on Star Trek, they sort of fly around in this thing. What is it?
A ship.
A ship? What kind of ship?
Probably an Enterprise.
Probably an Enterprise?
Like there's one up there.
There is? Oh, well, we'll have to check that out. So, they fly around in this thing called the Enterprise. And they fly around, where do they go? Do they just fly around in space? Do they fly around Earth, or where do they go?
Well, they go somewhere else on the TV.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, maybe you could name some of the people that are on Star Trek. Who are some of the people on Star Trek?
There's Spock.
Spock.
Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk.
Dr. McCoy.
Dr. McCoy, yeah.
And Captain Picard.
Captain Picard. Oh, we'll talk about him in a minute. And what else?
Data.
Data. Who else?
Uhura.
Uhura, yeah. She's awesome. And who else?
Sulu.
Sulu, yeah. You know these guys, and who else?
Captain Janeway.
Captain Janeway. Wow, you know like 3 different captains. That's pretty good. You remember Chekhov? Yeah. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. You named a lot of Star Trek people.
Don't forget Nurse Turtle.
Who?
Don't forget Nurse Turtle.
Nurse Turtle? Oh, you mean Nurse Chapel. Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Spock. He's a little different than other people, right? What's different about him?
He has pointy ears.
He does have pointy ears, and where is he from?
Vulcan.
He's Vulcan, that's right. Wow, you really know this stuff.
His mama.
His mama?
And his daddy do.
Yeah, his daddy do? His daddy do, I believe, is Vulcan. I think his mama is human. But, okay, I have a question for you here. I know you know so much about Star Trek, probably because you've read some books, is that right?
I want to see a real Star Trek guy.
Oh, you want to see the real guys. Well, can you show me the books that you have?
I have...
Oh, you have a Star Trek book there. Okay.
I got it for Christmas, but I asked for a little one, but I like this one better.
Okay, that's a good one. Do you have any other Star Trek books?
No.
No, that's
You only have a lot. I only have one.
Oh, I have a lot and you have one. Well, you must have read some of my books then. That's the only thing I can think of. You seem to know a lot.
You share yours.
I do. I share my stuff.
That one has ISIS in it.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask you a question here. You have a lot of princesses and stuff. A lot of princess dolls. Do you have any Star Trek dolls?
Well, you gave those ones.
Why don't you want to check them out? Yeah. Here, bring them over. Bring them over to your chair. Oh no! Who do you got there? Who do you got there?
Sergeant Guy.
Hold each one of them up. Who is that guy?
Captain Batal.
Okay, the next one. Who's the next one you got? Who's that?
Data.
Awesome. Who else you got?
Dr. McCoy.
Yeah, and who else?
Spot.
Oh,
Spock.
hold it over here so we can see it in the camera. Okay, yeah. You got Mr. Spock there. And then who's this guy?
Mr. Captain Kirk.
Mr. Captain Kirk. Okay, well, do these Star Trek guys, do you think they like hanging out with the princesses?
Yes, but they're hungry.
They're hungry? Where do they get their food?
from McDonald's.
The Star Trek guys get their food from McDonald's? I didn't know that. I'm going to have to check into that. Now, I want to ask you some questions about some Star Trek episodes. There's this one episode called Assignment Earth. You remember that one? And there's like a little kitty in it or something, you know.
A giant kitty and a little kitty.
Well, who's the little kitty?
Isis.
Isis. Do you like Isis? Isis is kind of like a magic
I don't know
cat.
the big kitty's name.
Well, I think that might be on a different episode. Okay.
Dad?
Well, let me ask you a question about this other episode.
In a different Star Trek, the huge cat didn't look like the huge cat to me.
It didn't?
looked like small to me.
They look small to you.
Yeah. Cause the one, on a different Star Trek looked like the small one.
Oh, okay.
The huge one looked like the small one.
I see. The huge one looked like the small one. I understand. Okay, now there's this another episode. There's another one here. It starts off with a purple lady. Remember? This purple lady comes on the Enterprise, and what does she do?
She takes Spot's brain.
You're kidding me. She takes Spock's brain? Oh I can't believe that.
And there's another purple doll. And she throws at Captain Kirk, and there's a blue guy in it.
Oh, there's a blue guy in it? You see all kinds of different people on Star Trek, don't you? Okay, now I want to ask you another question. One time, Uhura brought these little fuzzy things to the Enterprise. What were they?
Tribbles.
Tribbles?
You have them in your Star Trek book.
I do. They're in my Star Trek book. Do you like the Tribbles?
Uh-huh.
Would you like to have some?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a classic episode.
And she has Tribbles in my Star Trek book.
She does have Tribbles?
Yeah, in
Oh.
my Star Trek book.
Okay, well, while you're looking in that Star Trek book, I have one more question here. There's this one episode called Miri, I believe, and it had a bunch of kids in it. And Captain Kirk was yelling at the kids. What was he saying?
No more blah, blah, blahs.
No more blah, blah, blah? Captain Kirk actually said that?
Uh-huh.
You're kidding me.
No.
Was it funny when he said that? Well, I'm going to have to check that one out. That sounds like a fun episode.
Did you watch that one?
I think I might have seen it a long time ago. You're going to have to show it to me sometime. So.
I don't think we have it.
Oh, you don't think so? Okay, well, that's all the questions I had for you today about Star Trek. You seem to know quite a bit here. I think you might have to show me some episodes to watch here in the future.
Yeah. Have you ever watched the one with the big yellow thing?
The big yellow thing?
Have you watched that one?
What's that called?
The Doomsday Machine.
The Doomsday Machine?
Yes.
Wow, I'm going to have to check that one out too. I sort of remember this big yellow thing, yeah, so.
I think that's in my Star Trek book. Let me check.
Oh, okay.
If it's in there. I think that's in there, but might not.
Okay. Well, I think we're going to have to wrap it up today, so thank you very much for the interview today. And I look forward to watching some Star Trek episodes with you, okay? Oh, those are the Tribbles, yeah. Okay, Allie, I wanted to ask you one more thing.
I don't have to be yellow thing in it.
Okay, I have one more question for you. Spock often says, "Live long and prosper."
Yeah.
And what is that thing he does with his hand? Can you do it? Oh yeah. And can you do that with your hand? That's pretty close. I guess you have to keep practicing. That's a tough one. Okay, live long and prosper. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.